Vibes coming back to you yet again. Today is still Wednesday, May 30th, I do believe. Let me be sure. Yes, Wednesday, May 30th, 2018. And we're going to talk about some freak weather because, yeah, it needs to be talked about. And I'm actually about to drive into some, so listen. There it is. So like I just said, I was about to drive into some freak weather. Yeah, here in central OH, all that geoengineering I've showed for the past few days is now raining down like absolute insanity. Just so you guys know, in case you're curious, yes, it is pouring here. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and show why I'm talking about the rain in this freak ass weather. So go ahead and watch this video at the top of the screen. Clip of the water flowing through the streets in Ellicott City, Ellicott City. That's just outside of Baltimore, Maryland. So Maryland, right there around Baltimore, was flooded like absolutely crazy. Now, what's even more insane about the flooding there in Baltimore area and Ellicott City, they claim that flooding only happens once every 1,000 years. Well, it happened now twice. Once in 2016 and now again in 2018. So now this record historical flooding that happens once 1,000 years has now happened twice in 2 years. Pretty strange, right? So then as I'm looking up all this freak shit weather, I just so happened to come across North Carolina dam in imminent danger of falling. Evacuations ordered. Well, we also have to remember that Hawaii is still erupting. Hawaii right now has 24 fissures, 19 to 20 of which are still very active, still squirting lava, still spewing gas, and still being an active volcano. Kilauea is the volcano that has been erupting since 1983, but This time, it's now like it's picked up, it's more explosive, and there's more deadly gas coming out of it. Now with Hawaii also, weekly in Hawaii, they are having 2,500 earthquakes to 3,000 earthquakes a week. 2,500 to 3,000 earthquakes in a week is what is happening right there at Kilauea in Hawaii. Now also in California and up around Cascadia and Seattle and Washington, we are looking at hundreds of super deep earthquakes also. Now what you have to remember about Cascadia and about Seattle and up there north Cali, you know, that fault up there, that fault line that they always talk about, that's the one they always say the big one about. So if there is any sort of earthquake up in Seattle that is really close to that big fault, there's a very likely chance that they trigger the big one. And I say they because yes, they, as in the powers that be, are very capable of using electromagnetic frequencies to trigger volcanoes and earthquakes. It's not speculation, it's not an opinion, it's absolute fact, okay? Don't believe us, go look the shit up, okay? Don't get in my shit and tell me I'm spreading false shit. Go look it up for yourself and, you know, be a helpful human being. Now, so, North Carolina Dam in imminent danger of failing, and there's evacuations ordered. Now, there was a big ass landslide here in North Carolina today. How about that? May 30th, Wednesday, May 30th. And there is more freak shit weather taking place. Are you surprised? Really, are you? You shouldn't be anymore, because we have now come to the point where freak shit weather and crazy catastrophic events are the norm. School shootings, church shootings, and crazy so-called natural disasters are now the new normal, okay? We are very capable of doing this ourselves as humans, I mean. And when I say that, I'm referring to the powers that be. They are capable of doing this. They can manipulate and change and cause all kinds of issues. So just remember that. So I will leave links, as you know. Authorities in western North Carolina have ordered evacuations in the area south of Lake Tahoma Dam, which they say is in imminent danger of failing after a landslide compromised its structural integrity. The National Weather Service tweeted an urgent message. McDowell County update. A landslide has compromised the integrity of Lake Tahoma Dam. Mandatory evacuations underway from the dam at Lake Shore Drive to Lake Tahoma Road, North Carolina 80, to the confluence of the Catawba River near, I'm not even trying, and Riverside Park. Act now to preserve your life. So, as you can see, big landslide. I'm gonna try and find some video footage for you guys. I just wanted to show this real quick, so check that out. Failing dam, right? Evacuations ordered. Now look at this. Oh shit, same one, sorry. Right here. So you guys remember just not that long ago when that dam failed? I think it was Cali or over there where all that flooding was going down. Anthony Patch talked about it with RFB. There was a dam that failed and they claimed it would, right? You guys remember that? All right, so does anybody remember that older case? It happened a couple years ago, a few years ago maybe. There was that dam that the city kept saying, oh, it's fine, we don't need to worry about the dam is fine, remember? And then they're like, well, let's drain some water out of it. But then the dam ended up collapsing or something due to the pressure, and you know what I mean, it flooded and possibly hurt a bunch of citizens. Like I said, Anthony Patch talked about it on some talk show, but this, in my mind, is looking to be pretty similar. It's going to be some sort of, you know, in the last article, it said evacuation ordered, mandatory evacuation ordered in North Carolina after a landslide compromised a dam, right? So as you can see, my page here is loading, and it's nothing new because nothing ever works properly when I try to make a video, so whatever. But at the same time, we'll go ahead and cover it a little bit. You know, we kind of got the area and whatnot, but they're saying now that they have canceled the evacuation order and that the dam is safe. Now, why do I want to bring this up considering, you know, I'm not in North Carolina. I don't know the dam. I could get on Google Earth and look it up, but I'm not going to because I'm driving, so whatever. But the reason I want to go ahead and bring this up, because we're going through the crazy weather events that seem to just continually take place. And now, surprise, surprise, right in everybody's eyes, you know, landslides, more flooding, earthquakes, absolute insane amounts of earthquakes, and still volcanoes. And then we have apocalyptic hailstorms taking place all over. Places that shouldn't be having hailstorms are having them, places that should not be having tornadoes are having them, and places over in the Arabian Sea are having hurricanes and they should not be having them. It's very rare. So also with Hawaii, something I forgot to mention, that Helena slump. Mr. MBB333, our friend over there who keeps track of all atmospheric weather and space weather, and you know, like I said, I don't necessarily believe all of that because I have issues with NASA, but at the same time, like we've always said and like you've heard numerous times, do not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Mr. MBB333 is very, very detailed in his topics, and he gets you Google Earth layouts, and he gets you pictures, videos, and for the Hawaii volcano, even witnesses, first-person accounts. So he's killing it. So keep up on him about the Hawaii volcano if you would like, but like I said, the Helena slump is still a very real threat, and that's when the magma chambers are emptied because there's only so much lava that can come out of a volcano. So once those chambers are empty, the land below collapses and falls into the ocean or creates a sinkhole. Now, if it does that into the ocean, we could be looking at a tsunami possibly. Like I said, with Hawaii, we are looking at about 24 fissures or so, and 19 to 20 of them are still active and still shooting that lava. So there will be links to all of these there will be links to all these articles in the description below, so feel free to come check it out. Landslides, evacuations, flooding, photo gallery, we got 9 images, so we'll go ahead and peep these right quickly just to see what we're working with, see what kind of event we are checking into. Okay, so we got some floodage going on. Of course, you know, we already knew that, but it looks like decent flooding. Yeah, it looks pretty hardcore. So once again, more geoengineering weather and more crazy shit like always. Now, I'm willing to guess that a lot of this flooding right here in North Carolina is possibly I'm sorry, let me start over. I'm willing to guess that a lot of this flooding right now taking place in North Carolina in this landslide is caused in part by Alberto, the newest and first hurricane or tropical storm to make its way out of the Gulf and up into the mainland of America. Now, it's about in Tennessee and North Carolina area, you know, after it starts to break down and lose its power, it's up over land, so it's losing its power, and it's slightly spreading out now, right? So I'd like to think that a lot of this comes from Alberto, and it's the aftermath, you know, the storm itself wearing down, you know. All right, deadly subtropical depression Alberto, the storm system drenching the southeast, has been pounding the rugged mountains in North Carolina, spawning landslides, evacuations, and flash flooding. Okay, so it was Alberto. I have not read this article. I'm happy I said that because it made me seem intelligent. No, I'm just playing. Anybody could have guessed that it was probably the aftermath of a hurricane. So, nothing too crazy. Now, The National Weather Service warned residents to stay off the roads as the increased threats for landslides and debris flows continues through Wednesday night. So, clearly it's a major issue. We have issued a flash flood emergency for McDowell County in North Carolina. The service tweeted, flash flooding, landslides, and rapid rises on waterways are an immediate threat to life and property. Do not attempt to dive unless you are fleeing floodwaters, or drive unless fleeing floodwaters. So clearly this is kind of a big deal. So if this continues, I would be willing to guess that there will be a state of emergency, and I will be guessing that, next thing you know, the National Guard or the Army will be there about the dam. Now, if this dam breaks and people die, we're looking at hella big issues, and we could probably guess that there's some sort of information that was kept from us if something is to happen. So once again, I wanted to cover this just because of the dam. So if something happens, you should have expected it, and stay aware. Alright, so check this. Alright, so this is what I was trying to show you. Here's a little bit of footage from Hawaii. Most recent. Maybe. Damn it.
It's the fissure right there. Shooting about 300-400 feet high.
Waiting to the last second to get out. A group of men watching and recording this Hawaiian neighborhood transforming into a virtual hellscape.
There she blows.
Smoke, lava, and fire engulfing the home as a fast-moving flow destroys everything in its path.
Is that the house or is that the trampoline?
That's the house. From inside, the ground glowing orange, a wave of lava pushing closer.
No, I hate seeing that burn.
From the rooftop, the lava swallowing trucks.
It just popped a tire, you guys.
And
Unbelievable, right? I'm sorry this video is so messed up.
structures.
Shane's house is burning.
Before the house is finally overtaken.
Marching across that way too.
From the sky, entire neighborhoods surrounded as lava flows.
That still is insane.
Freely through the streets with homes bursting into flames.
Alright, so let's get on to the article right quick. Obviously, yes, there will be a link in the description below for you. Hawaii's Kilauea volcano continues its ongoing eruption as fast-moving lava flows, ash explosions, and earthquakes remain a daily occurrence for locals. As lava fountains have now reached heights of 200 feet, here are the latest fissure maps. Now, like I said earlier in this very same video, 24 fissures total. I think 18 to 20 are still very active. A fast-moving lava flow forced the closure of part of a highway on Tuesday, as locals were advised to avoid the area. Authorities had to shut down Highway 132 between Lava Tree State Park and Four Corners because of fast-moving lava flow. Alright, so, as you know, it's going absolutely insane still, and what I forgot to mention, up there in Cascadia, in Seattle, and Washington State, in Northern California, where they talk about the big one, I mentioned that there's been hundreds of earthquakes up there, very deep. Also, that's still, like I previously said, the Ring of Fire. Hawaii is directly center of the Ring of Fire. So I feel that the Ring of Fire is still going to continue to be absolutely insane. So, you know, let's keep our eyes on that, because I think it's very, very important that we remain aware of the Ring of Fire and its current conditions. So, with that being said, let's carry on. Residents were warned to monitor their radios and phones for updates and evacuation orders. Multiple fissures continues to spew hot lava flows, which have blocked roads and damaged dozens of buildings on Hawaii's Big Island. Kilauea is rocking buildings and all kinds of stuff. The molten lava flow also destroyed a farm where Kevin Hopkins raised tropical fish and ornamental carp known as koi. Just came over, ate the farm, and boiled the water out of the ponds. The latest, Eastern Rift Zone. Okay, we also have to remember the geothermal plant has been completely overrun down there. That geothermal plant is now in immediate danger of explosions and all kinds of other stuff because, you know, it's a power source. It's geothermal heating and cooling. So there is a geothermal plant and it is now covered with lava. I think there might be a picture in here or in another article I have, so we will see about it. But here's a few pictures, you know, really high lava flows, really fast moving lava. It's now made its way to the ocean in 3 separate spots. That's what we're looking at. That's the lava flows. Like I said, link will be in the description, so be sure to come look to get a better idea of the map compared on Google Earth if you would like. I don't, you know, it doesn't matter to me what you do, but be sure to come check it out because Hawaii and all the people there are literally watching hell as it spews out of the ground, because that's what it seems like, okay? So keep Hawaii in your prayers and thoughts. Now, if this road wasn't so damn bumpy, I would be reading, but I'm sorry, it's so bumpy. I know a lot of people don't like when I read and drive, but I've become pretty decent. And I promise you guys, if I ever do wreck my vehicle while making a video, I will upload it. And you can see me sit in every seat in a vehicle within like 4 seconds, you know what I mean? You can watch me do that if it ever happens. So, yeah, I will upload it. So anyways, carry on. The U.S. Geological Survey added the first lava of this flow crossed Highway 132 just before 2 p.m. HST, Hawaiian something time, I'm guessing. I'm not sure. It keeps going northeast. Monday night, an explosion of ash erupted from the summit of the volcano in a vertical plume measuring 15,000 feet high, USGS said. The agency also warned that the ash was drifting northwest and liable to affect anyone in the summit area. A magnitude 4.5 earthquake struck the area 1.56 or 1:56 a.m. Sorry, it's a 1 as a decimal, not as a time. Or I mean, I had the point as a decimal, not as like a time. On Tuesday, a depth of around a half a mile, and was centered 3.7 miles west-southwest of the volcano. Now that's actually a bigger earthquake. 4.6, you know, or 4.5, that's a bigger one. So it's still going. The seismic activity, the seismic activity and the volcanic activity and the Ring of Fire, it's still happening. You see what I mean? So this is clearly not just random like catastrophe events, you know what I mean? To me, it's become very obvious that this is much, much more than just naturally occurring phenomenon. You know, it's very obvious that we're coming to a time in history, in our present, where shit is about to hit the fan, and everybody needs to be ready. So look at the street, you know, you can tell there's all kinds of seismic activity. Dramatic pictures of Kilauea volcano destroying homes. So we will go ahead and peep this also, see if it works. Hopefully it will. Got my car in the wrong gear all because I'm making videos. Scumbag, huh? Okay, so it's not working, but maybe partially. We'll see. There's another. Alright, done. Because it's not working very well on my phone when I'm doing all of this at once. So sorry, come check out the pictures yourself if needed. No serious injuries were reported and no tsunami was generated, not yet. Like I said, the Helena slump that Mr. MBB 333 has brought up multiple times is still a very real possibility as of now. This volcano has been erupting since 1983, but it has been erupting non-stop in this much more hardcore way for 3 straight weeks. 3 straight weeks of hell spewing out of the ground, basically, is what Hawaii is dealing with. And then also, not only is hell coming out of the ground, but the ground is rumbling all day because there's multiple earthquakes a day, a week. So just keep it in mind. So once again, link will be in the description. Phil James. And keep Hawaii in your prayers. So yeah, check this out. I found this cool little site here. This is for yesterday. 140 hail reports yesterday in the US alone. 4.0, largest hail. I don't know if that's 4 centimeters. 4 inches would be stupid. I don't think that's 4 inches. I think it's 4 centimeters. 120 wind reports. Tornadoes this month, 167. Tornado activity yesterday, 8. Also, so 1,800 reports of hail this month alone. You see what I'm saying? It looks pretty insane, people. So this is tornado, hail, and whatnot from this month and this year. So I just wanted to go ahead and show this. There's the map down below. There will be a link also for this in the description. So there it is. But that's just showing you what I mean about all the crazy hail and storms and rarities and phenomenons that seem to be taking place daily now.
Going through Fort Lauderdale right now. Oh god, the light's turning green and everyone's driving right into it. Oh jeez. Alright, well, if this is the last you hear of me, peace out, it was real.
Yeah, dumb. So that last little clip, that was in Fort Worth, Florida, and that was at the beginning of April. Now, this is from Texas, and this is the biggest hail ever recorded in Texas history, I do believe. So go ahead and check this out, because it's gnarly.
Talking about in Ellicott City from yesterday.
Fox 5's Ann Cutler is in the disaster zone tonight.
Air Force veteran Edison Hermond was last seen helping a woman who lost her cat in the flood Sunday afternoon. What may have been his final act, one of kindness.
Unfortunately, during that effort, they saw him go under the water and not surface.
Hermond, one of many risking his life to help others. Officials making 300 rescues, receiving 1,100 calls. Police Chief Gary Gardner says a police officer nearly died himself when he was swept away.
He was grabbing onto things and was fortunate to grab the staircase that you see just prior to the train bridge.
It's an eerie reminder of the 2016 flood that killed 2 and caused millions in damage.
I mean, people were just getting to where they thought they could catch their breath, and then here comes another flood, and upends their lives.
That system more intense, but this one lasting longer, dumping more rain overall. A whopping 8.4 inches in just hours Sunday.
We were monitoring the amount of rain, and then within minutes, we were like, wow, the water is accumulating, and it just seemed like it happened in seconds, where it was just an insane amount of water, and it just was surging down the main street.
Residents Todd and Allison watching the water pour in before their very eyes. Allison capturing this video yesterday. Today, a starkly different scene. Now, the big question remains, how could this have happened twice in just a 2-year period? Officials today talking to us were very tight-lipped about that, didn't want to answer our questions about it, saying it was just too early to make that determination of what.
You want to know why it happened twice in just 2 years when really they say it happens once every 1,000? Because the time is upon us. We are at the time where the Earth and us are about to start seeing some very crazy things. Some things that have been prophesized about. Some things that are, said to make men's hearts fail from fear. Some things that are said to, refer to wormwood and poisoning of water, water turning red, the sun turning black, the moon turning to blood red, all the eclipses, all the signs and the stars, moon and sun, it's all here, guys. It's all happening. The prophecies are coming true. The lava's still spewing, and we're still having thousands upon thousands of earthquakes and crazy storms all over the place. So we'll continue.
But they did say improvements have been made over the past couple of years, so apparently those were not enough. Now, I want to show you the scene behind me here. A lot of work trucks. This is a entire parking lot actually was covered in mud at one point. But this is reflective of what we are seeing here in Ellicott City. People are hard at work looking at the damage, seeing just how bad it is. But also that rescue operation continues. They still have not determined if everyone has been accounted for. Live in Ellicott City, Ann Cutler, Fox 5 Local News.
So here we're just going to look at some more pictures from Alberto. All the crazy flooding that just seems to be happening all over the place right now. All right, actually. All right, so here, we're going to try this one more time because this app works very strange. I can't turn my phone sideways during this app. That's why you always have to see it vertically, so I apologize, but here, let's check this. Thousands evacuated in North Carolina amid Alberto flooding and mudslides. You know, it's still a problem, clearly. Major problem. Okay. So, that's a street right there. What was it, Matt? What? See, what's weird to me is like how much this is causing, like how much damage it's causing and how far north. I mean, you know, hurricanes, they wear down and they still wreak havoc, you know, in landlocked states. But the point is, this thing's wreaking major havoc. And, you know, with the sky I showed you here in my area, and then subscribers, you guys know who you are, talking about the same stuff in Tennessee or, you know, Kentucky or wherever, all around this same area. Yeah, I have a hard time feeling that geoengineering didn't play a part in this. So I'm completely convinced that the geoengineering, solar shield, whatever you want to call it, chemtrails, played a big part in Alberto maintaining its power. And I feel that this is why Alberto is still wreaking havoc here in, you know, North Carolina and all over. That's the dam they said was failing, and then they didn't do anything about, and then canceled the evacuation. So if something happens to that dam, guys, remember, I called that. You know, it's pretty similar to what happened in the past. Alright, and so one more little thing I'd like to throw in this video. It's a long one, I'm sorry guys, but I hope you guys are able to stick through and watch all the crazy weather. I know there's a couple times that I bring up Ellicott City or, you know, Hawaii, or the same kind of stuff from Alberto, but, you know, I'm showing different footage and I'm trying to give you guys as many angles as I possibly can. So this is somewhere different. This is Florida. Now this is also from Alberto, the very first hurricane of the year, the very first named hurricane of this year, of 2018, Alberto. Now, hurricane season doesn't technically start until tomorrow. So we've already had Alberto smash through the Gulf, up through Florida, and make its way up to Tennessee, and up here in my area, in Ohio, Tennessee, West Virginia, Virginia area. And that's why there's been so many mudslides in the Carolinas and, you know, Tennessee, and all the crazy shit, all the weather that's happening is from Alberto. Now, I very strongly feel that geoengineering has played a massive, massive part in this storm, and that's without a doubt. You guys already know I feel that way. And why am I saying that? Well, because my area has been bombarded, it drifts south, or, you know, the storm comes down, meets with Alberto as it makes its way north to pressure systems, and then much worse, and then landslides, flooding, rain. You know, Hawaii, like I said, 3 months of rain in 24 hours. You know, it just continues to happen, guys. This is insanity. So this is a state of emergency issued in Sarasota, Florida, and that's on the Lido Beach. Now, why? Well, because the sand is vanishing, you know what I mean? And you got to think, the hurricane, Alberto, just made its way up through. More strange beach water and anomalies with the beaches, you know, the erosion. A state of emergency is declared for erosion. You know, erosion is a big deal, and we keep harvesting sand out of the ocean for concrete, whatever else. And as we do that, the sand off the beach fills in that gap in the ocean, so then beaches continue to erode. We're doing that to Indonesia and the Philippines. Those islands probably won't exist very much longer, you know, in the grand scheme of years, you know what I mean? Like if you're looking at big numbers. But anyways, not the point. Let's watch this video right quick. Now, if you look closely, you can tell that there's clearly, you know, some people might say this is rising sea level. That's not rising sea level, and actually, if you remember, I put an article out not too long ago, you know, a few months ago, that said that the ocean's weight was so heavy it was actually making the seafloor sink, but then they're trying to tell us at the same time the seafloor is sinking, the ocean levels are rising due to glaciers, you know what I mean? So it's always contradictions, always. It's never any different. But the point is, look, right here on the left side where the steps are, if you look there, you can see that there's concrete steps that the beach has been eroded away from, and then there's wood steps on top of that that the beach is also eroding away from. So, constant erosion. So then last, but you know, most definitely, certainly not least, because this is like the biggest deal to me right now. I have aerial footage of Kilauea here in different scenes. We got the geothermal plant. Alright, so like I said yesterday and the day before and in a couple videos, and Mr. MBB333 has also mentioned it, but the lava, the fast-flowing lava, has made it to the ocean in 3 separate spots. So now we're getting these steam bombs, these steam plumes blowing up out of the ocean. So then we also have all kinds of volcanic smog, crazy Hawaii earthquake, volcano, and lava photos. So more ocean steam plumes, more steam right out of the ocean, as you can tell. Like I said yesterday also, well, in this video from yesterday, the part I recorded yesterday, 24 fissures, I think 18 to 20 of which are active. I'm just trying to get you guys some good pictures here, just to let you guys see. So I will put a link for this article in the description below, so you can come check out all the pictures. There's like 130 of them or something, so definitely a lot. So I'll leave a link for this article in the description below. The other articles used in this video might not have a link in the description because my clip tray got deleted, my copy and paste clip tray, so you're only gonna have really one link, maybe. Earthquake damage ahead, no stopping or standing. That's quite the sign. So there's some fissure views, aerial fissure views. We're looking at like 70 to 80 homes that have now been destroyed. Look at the road right there. As you can tell, it's just completely decimated. You see that there's cracks throughout it. There's steam rising. Vegetation is dead. Everything is brown, and that's due to sulfur dioxide, sulfuric acid, you know, CO2, all kinds of stuff coming out. That's another fissure right there. Look at all the fog up in the sky. That's one of the more active fissures right here. This is the one that's been commonly seen. Ash plumes going up 30,000 feet. I've showed this pictures as the golfers continue to golf in the foreground. So then you look at this fissure. It's just literally like one massive crack. all the way across the island, spewing steam and deadly gas. Now, it's crazy. You know, this is going to make history. You know, this thing has been erupting for 4 weeks now. This is why I'm filming this right now, because it's just that insane, guys. So I wanted to make sure you had pictures so you could see it, so you understand what's going on. Look at that fissure. I mean, look how long that is. That is huge. 70 or 80 homes and businesses have been destroyed. We're still looking at possible chances of tsunamis if a Helena slump happens and the land breaks off. You know, there's a lot of possibilities. And who actually knows how much longer Hawaii is going to continue to erupt for? I mean, we're looking at 4 weeks right now with no stop in sight, with no slowing down even in sight. So it's hard to tell where we're going to go from here. But once again, I continually say it, Hawaii is directly centered of the Pacific Ring of Fire, directly in the middle of it. Hawaii is this active right now. So that makes me automatically feel that the Ring of Fire has some magma and lava down below it churning like crazy. That's how it makes me feel. So I am telling you guys, with the amount of earthquakes we have been reporting in Cascadia, Seattle, Washington, Cali, the Bay Area, you know, Southern Cali, and then the sheer number, you know, 2,500 to 3,000 earthquakes a week in Hawaii, you know, plus other countries and everything else, you know, with all that put together all at once, all happening right now, I have a hard time saying that this is just naturally occurring coincidence that all coincide together. I feel that this is very apocalyptic. I feel that this is definitely the signs referred to in the Bible, and I feel that this is hell literally spewing out of the street. As you can tell, the blacktop is melting. That dude's boots are probably melting. So, yeah, that looks like hell, guys. That's my best guess of what hell would look like. And this is what we got going on. So, I wanted to make it as known as possible that I do not think this is just coincidence. I do not think, you know, this is just some random volcanic activity. You know, I think this is the Ring of Fire. I think it's basically hell churning below us, and I think that's why the cracks have split all over the earth, and I think this is why this volcano is going the way it is, and I think that's why the earthquakes are going the way they are. We've already had the first named hurricane before hurricane season started, and it's only going to get worse. So, once again, Phil James, I just wanted to show it all, let you guys know where we're at, show you guys the crazy effing weather we're having, and yeah, well, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I hope everybody has a good day. Link will be in the description for this and maybe another article or two, so feel free to check them out. But Phil James, I will be back later. Peace, y'all.